30-0.
My bad. All right. Welcome to episode 139 of the Hurricane Mike Show, where New Orleans Saints just lost 44-13 to the Seattle Seahawks. At least the Saints scored points though today. Because why, Dad?
Because there was another team in the NFL that scored no points. When I say no points, I mean 0 points. I mean, if you played a whole game and didn't score a field goal, a safety, a touchdown, nothing. That's what happened today to this one particular team named Atlanta Falcons because they suck.
Yeah, and also if you think about it, man, like don't get me wrong, this loss hurts, but at least we're not Atlanta because we got dominated by Seattle, but Seahawks are a good team. Like Seahawks are a good team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hey, they're 2-1. They're a good team. However, the team that they got shut out was the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers, Dad. The Panthers. Did you hear me right, Dad? Like, is your microphone working? Like, are you hearing what I'm saying?
I hear you, bro.
They lost to the Carolina Panthers. Am I happy we suck? No. But two things. At least one, I got this. I got these guys. They don't let me down every single week. Got them, and I also got Atlanta for sucking. Lord, let's thank the Lord for a second. Lord, thank you for giving us the Atlanta Falcons. Because I know whenever the Saints drop me down, I can always count on Atlanta to pick me right up. Amen, Lord.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. At least we got Atlanta. Eric Wallace in the chat. Hurricane Mike, there will be better days, brother. There will be. Look, I predicted us to go 10-7, but in the back of my mind, I kind of knew that this was going to be a rebuild year. It's like, and hey, we saw some of Tyler Shuck. Was it a good Tyler Shuck? No, but, I mean, he only threw 2 passes, but those 2 passes were not that good. I ain't gonna lie. Now let's get into this atrocity that happened at Lumen Field. First quarter, the Seahawks went up 21-0. Second quarter, they outscored us 17-6. Third quarter, they outscored us 6-0. Fourth quarter, yay, we won 7-0. So at least we didn't lose all 4 quarters, even though it feels like it. Saints, man, Spencer Rattler. He was just met today. It's like he didn't have a good game, nor did he have a bad game. Like he was meh. 28 for 39, 218 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Tyler Shuck was 0 for 2, so he didn't do much better. So, how do you feel about the quarterback play we saw?
Well, as far as Tyler Shuck goes, I mean, they put you in a game with 3.5 minutes left, and you're down by 31 points. That makes no sense to me. But as far as the starter goes, Spencer Rattler, like you said, he was just mad today. That one interception was a total forced job on his part. I mean, that ball needs to be in the stand somewhere, not thrown back across the field while you're
it was 4th down. It was 4th down. He was just trying to see what would happen.
Well, I mean, okay, if you want to give him that grace, I mean, you don't roll right and throw back left. I mean, any coach would have told you not to do that. But
yeah, Eric Wallace said, you all hung tough except for the first half against my guys. Eric, I respect you. Were we watching the same game?
Who's his guys?
The Seahawks.
The only thing that was hanging tough in this game was the field from being pelted by yellow flags, I guess. I don't know.
Eric, I love you, my guy. Were we watching the same game? Y'all were up 38-6 at halftime.
21-0 before you even blinked.
Yeah. Bro, and then you want to say that we hung tough. I mean, okay, I think you're just being nice because
he's just being nice to us. That's all he's doing.
Yeah, because it's not like we scored any garbage time points. Yeah, we got one touchdown, but it's not like we scored 30 points in the fourth quarter or something.
It's not the truth. We got obliterated. I mean, we got to face facts. We
didn't hung tough. No, we got home. But that was the main thing after this thing that we call a football game.
The main I like to come on here and give the main thing every week. What happened, what was the main thing of what went right or what went wrong. Well, today, the main thing is everything went wrong. I mean, we didn't have one good thing to talk about today. I mean, offense, defense, special teams. Jesus Christ. I mean, we don't have nothing. I mean, running game, passing game, offensive line. I mean, Chris Olave did have 10 receptions today. So that's the main thing. Chris Olave finally held on to the football.
Yeah. You know what my main thing is? And this is going out to a coach. Phil Galliano. Now, if you're watching this stream and you don't know who the heck Phil Galliano is, I won't blame you. But I will tell you this. He is our special teams coordinator. And oh boy, the first quarter, that's special teams? Looked like some special teams that I don't even know how to describe it. It was like first you give up a punt return touchdown, then on the next punt you get it blocked? Is it that hard to diagnose a punt from being blocked? Is it that hard to teach your guys how to not give up a 95-yard punt return touchdown? You see, the thing, you want to know the main thing as well? The Saints couldn't even do the simple stuff right. The easy stuff right. What's the easy stuff, you may ask? Hiking the ball. We got like 7 different pre-snap penalties. All you guys do all the Saints offense have to do to hike the ball is right? But instead, before we hike the ball, they're like, jumping all over the place.
You know what we can't do either? We can't do a simple tush push.
Yeah, you know why? Because he was jumping all over the place. Tush push. And then we jump all over the place. Line up off sides.
I told you that last game. Remember they did that last game. I said, this dude probably jumped off sides on purpose because he doesn't want to do it.
Who?
One of the offensive linemen last week did the exact same thing. And then I said, maybe he doesn't want to do it. So if he jumps off sides, maybe the coach won't do that anymore. Well, he was stubborn. He did it again this week, and he jumped off sides again.
Yeah, it was pitiful. Let's talk about the running attack. Or lack thereof. Kamara had 18 carries, 42 yards. He had a couple good runs, but overall just lackluster day, 2.3 yards a carry. Kendre Miller, 7 carries, 27 yards, 3.9 yards a carry. He also had a couple good runs, but other than that, wasn't that much. And Rattler, 2 carries, 10 yards, 5 yards a carry. Where was Devin Neal?
He wasn't active today.
He wasn't active?
I think I remember seeing him on the inactive list.
All right, because I ain't gonna lie, I didn't have time to check the inactives list, so I didn't know who. All I knew is that Chase Young was playing and that Fuaga wasn't playing. Like Devin Neal, if that was true, man, we need to get him back on the field because we drafted this man in the 6th round. Why is he not active? Come on, man, answer some questions. So, how do you feel about our pitiful running game?
Well, it was pitiful. I mean, 2.9 yards per carry. Throughout the whole game, that's not getting it done if you're rushing, under 3 yards a carry. That's not getting it done. I mean, I like the fact that we tried to run the ball, 27 times. That's decent, but I mean, offensive line, y'all got to open up some holes. Y'all got to give a push or something. I mean, part of the reason could be, nobody's respecting our big play game. I mean, again, we didn't have no big plays, so they're gonna stack the box. They're gonna stop your run. I mean, that it works hand in hand. That's what happened today.
Dad, I'm gonna ask you this question. I'm being serious. What is an offensive line?
An offensive lineman is guys in front of the quarterback. they open up holes for running backs. They protect the passer. I mean, we got so many first and second round, draft picks on our offensive line. You think that wouldn't be a problem? You think we'd have one of the best offensive lines ever because we have so much talent that we drafted. But I mean, when are we going to start pointing the finger where it really needs to go at Mickey Loomis or who's ever picking these players? I mean, maybe that's the problem. Maybe we just don't have the talent. We thought we had a little talent, but it's coming to show that, hey, who's ever picking these players? We're kind of looking at you now.
We have drafted an offensive lineman in the first round of every draft since 2017. You would think by now they would get the memo that maybe, just maybe, you can actually do your job a little bit. There should be no reason that Kelvin Banks, our recent first round pick, got like 3 or 4 penalties today. There should be no reason that Cesar Ruiz, he either wants to block or he doesn't. It's up to him. They're in his world. There should be no reason that Penning either plays or he doesn't. There should be no reason that Eric McCoy is our best offensive lineman. That's not hate on McCoy. That's hate on everybody else. Everybody else was a first-round pick. Fuaga didn't play today, but was a first-round pick. Banks, first. Penning, first. What's his name? Ruiz, first. Eric McCoy was a second-round pick, and he's better than all of you. And he's a center. He has the hardest job of any offensive lineman. And he's better than all of you. Because for Eric McCoy, he has to snap the ball and immediately get the blocking. You all have time to see what's going on. And yet Eric McCoy blows all of you out the water. So this running game is terrible. Just straight pitiful. But good news, the draft is coming eventually. Just gotta wait. The draft is going to be my Super Bowl. I'm sorry, but the draft is my Super Bowl right now. Receiving, Chris Olave, 10 receptions, 57 yards, 5.7 yards catch. Juwan Johnson, 6 for 51, 8.5 yards catch. Also had his weekly drop, but overall he had a solid game today. Rashid Shaheed, 4 receptions for 42 yards, 10.5 yards catch. Brandon Cooks, 3 receptions, 24 yards, 8 yards a catch. Jack Stoll, 2 receptions, 21 yards, 10.5 yards a catch, and a touchdown. Alvin Kamara, 1 reception, 14 yards a catch. Kendre Miller, 2 receptions, 9 yards, 4.5 yards a catch. How do you feel the receivers did today?
Well, I already talked about Olave, but Alvin Kamara, 2 targets, 1 catch. I mean, that's got to change. We got to get him more involved. I said that on the pregame show, and here we all sitting here looking at 1 catch for 14 yards. You got to do better than that. Other than that, yeah, you're right. Johnson had his 1 weekly drop, but he still had 6 catches, 51 yards. I mean, still no big plays. The longest pass reception was one play for 21 yards. Everything else was 15 yards or under. So no big plays again, and that's what's hurting this team. That's what's hurting our running game. We need some big plays, but can we get some big plays? Let's pray for big plays.
Lord, please help us get some big plays because watching this team should literally be covered under medical insurance for how bad they are. Like, yeah, man, like this team injures my eyes every time I watch them play football. Like, bro, our leading receiver got 57 yards. Like, you couldn't get at least a guy with 60 or 70 yards. And it's like, the first 2 weeks, we beat ourselves. And look, if y'all were watching this show back in 2023 when we started it, well, no, it was more last year when we started doing it. It was more, yeah, let's just go with that. If y'all were watching us last year, y'all know I don't make excuses unless there's a real excuse that needs to be made. First 2 weeks, we shot ourselves in the foot. We beat ourselves weeks 1 and weeks 2. This week, we just got obliterated by a better team on the road. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you want from me. I don't know what you want me to tell you. These receivers, like, the receiving as a whole didn't have a terrible game. Like, I don't even think the offense is the reason that we lost this game. Like, honestly, when we put up 13 points, but, like, the offensive line was really the main issue of our offense and the running game. It's like the receivers were doing solid. Like, Spencer Rattler was all right. Like the offense really didn't lose us this game like the defense did. And speaking of this atrocious defense, let's talk about him. Pete Warner, 7 tackles, 6 assists. He did recover that lucky fumble in the fourth quarter, but that doesn't matter. Justin Reed, 4 tackles, going offsides on a freaking field goal. Are you serious, Justin? Demario Davis, 2 tackles, 9 assists. I forgot you were even playing. Cameron Jordan, 2 tackles, 2 assists. Cameron who? Chris Rump II, 2 tackles, 2 assists. Okay. Jonas Sanker, 2 tackles, 1 assist. Alontae Taylor, 2 tackles, made a couple good tackles in the fourth quarter when the game was already over. Isaac Yadam, 2 tackles. Jonathan Bowler, 2 tackles. Nathan Shepard, 1 tackle and 4 assists. Jordan Howden, 1 tackle, 2 assists. Carl Granderson, 1 tackle, 1 assist. He was close today. Quincy Riley, 1 tackle. Kool-Aid McKinstry, 1 tackle. Kool-Aid was another bad game. Like, this is one play where he was supposed to guard JSN, and he didn't even bother. Brian Brzee, 4 assists. And Brian Brzee probably had the worst game of our entire defense, and I'll explain after I get with the rest of these guys. Terrell Burgess, 1 assist, and that's it. Brian Brzee in the first quarter probably had the worst drive of his whole life. If you don't remember, let me break it down for you. So, the Saints go for a 4th down for whatever reason. First drive of the game, 4th and 2 at Seattle 45. So they go for whatever reason, and they draw up the dumbest play call I've ever seen in my life. And then the Seahawks get the ball. Okay, obviously. It starts off with Brzee not only missing a sack, but then the ball gets tipped by somebody. I think it was Granderson. It could be Rondo. The ball got tipped by somebody, and it ended up in the hands of JSN. Somehow. And then we fast forward to a 3rd down play. The Saints forcing it to be passed. Okay, we're only going to be down by 3 most likely. Nope. Unnecessary roughness on number 90 of the defense. And then the next play, they score a touchdown. It's like, bro, this defense just didn't try. I hate accusing guys that work their whole lives of not trying. But what am I supposed to say? Oh, yeah, they tried so hard to lose by 31 points. What do you have to say about the defense?
Defense, yeah, they got burned through the air a little bit today. Against the run, they were pretty stout. It wasn't that bad. They only gave up 2.6 yards a carry. That's even worse than the Saints ran the ball today a little bit. But through the air, Darnold, 14 of 18, and over a 12-yard average per completion. Which you go to the Saints, every week we're talking about their 4, 5, and 6 yard average. Well, you could tell Darnold and the Seahawks actually pushed the ball down the field a little bit today.
Yeah, I mean, the Saints, man, they just, I will give them credit. They were able to stop the run today, but other than that, it was just terrible. Now let's talk about their special teams. Kick returns. Kendra Miller, 6 returns, 182 yards, 22.8 yards return. Rashid Shaheed, 1 punt return for 40 yards, 40 yards return. That was a pretty good return he had. Blake Grippy. Blake. Poor old Blake. Poor Blake. Blake. Really, Blake? 2 for 3, 66.7%. Longest was 27-yarder and scored 7 points. Blake. I understand you make some and you miss some. I understand that. But we are 3 weeks into the season, and every single week you've missed at least 1 field goal. In the preseason, this man didn't want to miss anything. In the preseason, he looked like the best kicker of all time. But now that the lights are bright, now that we actually got to win these games, you don't want to make a thing. You made 2 kicks. That's cool and all. And I'm not acting like if you made the other field goal, it would have mattered anyway. I mean, we lost by 31 points. It wouldn't have mattered that much. But it's about the principle. You're a kicker. You got one job. That's to do 3 words. Okay, listen to this. Kick the ball. You don't got to catch. You don't got to throw. You don't got to run. You don't got to tackle. All you got to do is kick the ball. Gosh, bro. So yeah, and punting the ball, Kai Kroger, he was solid. He had 1 bad punt, but other than that, he was mid. 5 punts, 243 yards, 48.6. I take that back. I forgot that this man gave. Well, it's not really on him, but like, bro, this man punt the ball to the other team, obviously, because that's what a punt is. And this man done go all around the entire special teams unit for a 95-yard touchdown. And then you come back the next punt and get your punt blocked. And that's on the offensive line. Trying to tell y'all, this offensive line can't block. So how do you feel about our special teams today? And there's only one correct answer, but how do you feel?
It sucked. But even on the punt return touchdown they had, it was a good punt. I mean, the guy caught it, inside, around the 5-yard line or something.
It was a great punt.
It was a great punt, but the coverage just checked out or something. I don't know. Then the very next, punt, he gets blocked. And like you said, that's not on the punter either, really. Who's ever blocking on the left side of that line just, went to lunch or made a sandwich or something. I don't know. But yeah, Blake Groupie, he's gonna be looking for a new job soon if he don't get out this little funk. I mean, we've seen it before where kickers just get into these funks and it's in their head and they can't get out of it and they end up losing their job. Well, I don't want that to happen to the kid, but I don't know what he needs to do. He needs to go home, eat some bananas, or I don't know what the answer is, bro. But get it together, Blake. Get it together.
Yeah, this man's 5'7". I don't know why that matters. I just wanted to throw that out, but do your job. Move on to the Seahawks side of things. Sam Darnold, 14 for 18, 218 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Drew Lock came in the game, 2 for 3 for 15 yards. How do you think the Seahawks offense did against the New Orleans Saints?
Oh, they pretty much had their way. They put up 44 points, and it was 44 real points. It wasn't like they took back 2, pick sixes or scoop and score or something like that. I mean, they did have
got the
punt return touchdown, but other than that, the offense put up, 38 points. So like I said, Sam Darnold pushed the ball down the field. They couldn't run the ball that much, but 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So Sam Darnold did his thing. He did his thing, and we couldn't do much to stop him.
Darnold only had to throw the ball 18 times. You know why? Because the game ended in the first quarter.
That's it.
It was just terrible all around. I just don't know. I don't know. These are one of the things where actions speak louder than words. Like, did you see the score? Like, and ironically, even though we gave them 44 points, that wasn't even the most points given up today, because the Bengals decided that they were going to do something stupid. Getting Carson Wentz to score 48 on them, so. Now let's talk about the Seahawks running game. As we mentioned earlier, we actually stopped their running game, kind of. Kenneth Walker, 16 carries, 38 yards, 2.4 yards a carry, and 2 touchdowns. Both of them were at the goal line, so, it's whatever. George Halani, 10 carries, 27 yards, 2.7 yards a carry. He had a couple decent runs. He also fumbled the ball, though, so, Jacardia Wright, 5 carries, 20 yards, 4 yards a carry. Jalen Milrow came in the game, 1 carry for 3 yards a carry, and then got took right back out. And then Drew Lock, 1 carry for -1 yards, -1 yard a carry, all on that kneel down. So how do you think the Seahawks run game did against us?
I'm sure they're probably wondering how can they, not run the ball against the Saints, but they didn't have a very good time of it today. A 2.6 yard average. They're probably saying, that's not good enough. We gotta get better. We gotta do better.
Yeah, they're just lucky that they played the Saints today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about these receivers, man. Like, I think the running game, I think the Saints did a good job in the running game. I mean, yeah, they gave up 2 touchdowns, but they're at the goal line. So, let's talk about the Seahawks receivers. Jackson Smith and Jigba decided to be daddy today as he got 5 receptions, 96 yards, 19.2 average, and 1 touchdown. Torrey Horton, the same dude that scored the punt return touchdown, 3 receptions, 32 yards, 10.7 yards reception, and 1 touchdown. Cooper Kupp, 2 for 31, 15.5 a catch. A.J. Barner, 1 for 23, 23 a catch. George Lonnie, 2 for 15, 7.5 a catch. Kenneth Walker III, 1 for 12, 12 yards a catch. Tariq Young, 1 for 12, 12 yards a catch. And Eric Sauber, 1 for 12, 12 yards a catch. So how do you think the Seahawks receivers did against those?
Well, they had one big play of 45 yards to Jackson Smith. I can't pronounce that name, but we were worried
Jackson Smith
about
and Jigba.
Najigba. What kind of name is that? Anyway, we were concerned about the Cooper Kupp factor, but he wasn't really much of a factor today. Only 2 catches on 3 targets. 31 yards. So most of these guys I never even heard of. So I was worried about Cooper Kupp, but I should have been worried about everybody else. So that's that.
Right. You know what I noticed? This week was the week of special teams, bro. You know how many kicks got blocked today? Like the Rams-Eagles game, the Eagles blocked 2 field goals, which helped them win that game. Packers-Browns, the Browns blocked the Packers game-winning attempt. And here in the Saints game, the Seahawks decided to block a punt and make me sad. But yeah, JSN just tore us a new one. Like, how are you going to tip the ball and it go right to JSN? It's like, you got one job. And that's not do whatever you just did. Let's talk about the Seahawks defense. They're an elite defense, apparently, since they're playing the Saints. Josh Jobe, 9 tackles, 2 assists. Ty Akata, 7 tackles, 2 assists, and half a sack. Reek Woolen, 5 tackles. Ernest Jones IV, 3 tackles, 4 assists. Mike Morris, 3 tackles, 1 assist. Tyrese Knight, 3 tackles, 2 assists. Kobe Bryant, 3 tackles. Drake Thomas, 2 tackles, 1 assist. Leonard Williams, 2 tackles, 2 assists, and half a sack. Darion Kendrick, 2 tackles, 2 assists, and 1 interception. Byron Murphy II, 2 tackles, 1 assist, and a sack. DeMarcus Lawrence, 2 tackles. Jarek Reed II, 1 tackle. DeAnthony Bell, 1 tackle. Derek Hall, 1 tackle, 1 assist. Brady Russell, no, he didn't do nothing. Jaron Reed, 2 assists. So how do you feel the Seahawks defense did against the Saints offense?
Well, like we talked about earlier, they shut down a running game, and you playing the Saints. You can't give them too much credit. I mean, they shut us down to 13 points, but that's about where we've been living these days. So you got to judge the Seattle defense on other offenses, I guess.
Atlanta Falcons Fandemic said, "What's good, guys? Y'all are in a rebuild. Give it a couple years." Yeah, I understand that, man. I understand it. I mean, hey, you went through it. I mean, your team's been rebuilding for 8 years. So, I mean, do you have any tips on how to get through a rebuild since y'all did it for almost a decade now? No. Appreciate you for watching, though.
We gonna be nice today, Mikey. We gonna be nice, and we got humbled today. So
Yeah.
we can't really get on anybody else about their teams,
Yeah, I'm just saying, but hey, if it makes you feel better, our team sucks. But I guess we're basement buddies, I guess. Yeah, so y'all got shut out by Carolina, and we got destroyed by Sam Darnold. So
he's our daddy.
I guess so. He wasn't seeing no ghosts today.
All right, where we at?
Now we're going to the Seahawks special teams unit. Tariq Young, 2 kick returns for 92 yards, and he got 46 yards return. Punt returns, Torrey Horton, 3 returns, 114 yards, 38 yards of return, and a touchdown. We've been rebuilding for years, but still managed to beat you guys. But who's noticed? I mean, yeah, y'all have beaten us, but The Saints have a winning record over y'all since Drew Brees retired. So who's really winning there? That's just
Winning.
yeah, yeah, but that's just I mean, we'll still probably beat you this season, because even when we suck, we still beat you guys at least once a year. So just be prepared for that. But yeah, shout out to you for coming along though. So just listen to us.
We got so many things in common, though. I mean, we gave Derek Carr a bag. They gave Kirk Cousins a bag.
Yeah.
Both of them, are bums. So
Yep. And our guy retired, and their guy they're trying to get rid of. So no QB sus. Wait, all right. So no QB, suspect running game, no defense. You guys have a way to go. Actually, the series is tied up at 54 apiece. I'm not talking about the all-time series. I'm talking about since Drew Brees retired. Okay, since Drew Brees was retired, we have a
last
winning record.
5 years. Pull up the record,
Right.
Mikey. I don't know what it is. Pull up the
So
record.
like when Drew Brees retired, and I remember this. So in 2021, that was the year. Trying to think. I remember that was the year we split because I remember y'all went to the Dome and beat us, and then we went to your house in Week 18 and beat y'all. So we were 1-1 there. 2022 we swept y'all, so that's 3-1. The year after that we split 4-2. The year after that, which would have been 2024, we split again, which would be 5-3. So yeah, we're currently 5-3 against Justin Brees retired. So I'm just saying, since our all-time quarterback retired, y'all been dreaming about Drew Brees stopping behind center, and y'all still can't beat us like twice a year. We've beaten y'all twice a year, or we beat y'all 2 times a year since Drew Brees retired. That. So the Saints didn't beat the Falcons, but Drew Brees did. Is that what you're saying? Saints didn't beat the Falcons, but Drew Brees did. That's not what I'm saying. Since Drew Brees has retired.
This is called deflection, Mikey. When you don't wanna face the facts, you kind of deflect it off something else. That's what we're doing here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But hey, Atlanta Falcons pandemic. Hey, if you ever want to do a podcast where it's Saints versus Falcons or whatever, let me know. I mean, I can give you my email or whatever, and we can talk over there. So if you ever want to do that, let me know. I know Dolph said that he wants to see us do a show together. So hey, if you have time, email my email. I could just So yeah. Anyways, oh nah, not deflecting, but responding to the suggestion. I don't really know what that has to do with Drew. Because I said since Drew Brees has retired, y'all haven't been able to beat us. So when you said the Saints didn't beat the Falcons, but Drew Brees did, that's not what I'm saying. If anything, I'm saying how we beat y'all without Drew Brees. So saying Drew Brees did beat y'all. I mean, yes, he did, but I'm talking about like when he retired. We still beat y'all a little bit. Anyways, Jason Myers though today was 3 for 3, 100%, 56-yard, was as long as 14 points. Blake Groupie, take notes.
Please.
Can't be missing these kicks. This man going perfect in the preseason and the regular season coming. You can't kick nothing. I said this earlier and I'm gonna say it again. You have one job as a kicker.
Tell him the job. Tell him.
You don't got to catch. You don't got to catch. Don't got to throw. Don't got to run. You just got to kick the ball. Yeah, Dolphin and I have a show coming up that's going to talk all of that. Guys, I'll be right back.
Don't ever say you'll be right back, especially in a horror movie. Don't do that. Which the game today was a horror movie.
I am back.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, so
Mom, you had so much fun.
special team sucks. There's nothing special about this team.
Mikey,
That's all I know. Huh.
what's all that noise going on back there in your studio?
It's called having a family.
Having a family in your studio?
I don't control when they walk in the house.
Well, you got to get them a new house.
I wish I could.
Okay.
Yeah. Michael Dixon, 2 punts, 92 yards, 46 yards a punt, and 1 inside the 20. I hate this team, but I love this team, but I hate it, but I love it. Anyways, now before we get out of here, let's talk over the team stats. Saints today, 284 total yards, 205 passing, 79 rushing, 4.1 yards per play, 21 first downs, 5 for 15 on third downs, 0 for 2 on fourth downs. Never go for on fourth down again. 70 total plays, 2 sacks allowed, 6 punts, 11 penalties for 77 yards. Third week in a row where we got 7 penalties or more. Third week in a row. And if you can do math, and if you know we're in week 3, that's all the games. Man, and the Saints also threw 1 interception. I don't really take too much stock in that interception. So, I would say that, it was on fourth down, but to be fair, Riley threw an interception early in the game that didn't count because of the penalty. That's actually Riley should have 3 interceptions right now, but 2 of them came back off of penalties. But, Rattler, he's doing a decent job this season, but he's definitely not a franchise QB, at least not right now. Yep, we're in the same boat. Hate this team, but gotta love them. Yeah, it's like this team makes me question my mental health, but this team's the only reason why I'm excited every single Sunday. It's just like I'm excited for I was excited for maybe 5 minutes of this game though. It's like we had the ball for 32 minutes, 16 seconds. We had the ball more than Seattle did. You know why? Because Seattle didn't even need the ball.
They took the ball quick.
Yeah, look. Quick. We allowed 20 points in week 1 and 26 points in week 2, right? What's 26 plus 21, Dad?
47.
47.
Yeah.
It is 47. If Seattle would have gotten a field goal, we would have allowed in week 3 the points that we allowed in week 1 and weeks 2 combined against Seattle if they would have hit another field goal. This team is garbage. But at least we can be watching Garrett Nussmeier next season with the Saints, Maybe. I don't know. I'm still 50-50 on Nussmeier, too. So. But like I said, though, at least I got these boys to make me happy.
LSU.
Yeah. At least my NFL team, or at least my college team can win, unlike my poverty NFL team. All right, Seahawks. Let's see what they did. 320 total yards, 233 passing, 87 rushing, 5.9 yards per play, 22 first downs, 3 for 9 on third downs. They ran 54 total plays, 2 punts, 8 penalties for 70 yards, 1 fumble loss, and had the ball for 27 minutes and 44 seconds. So, yeah, what are your final thoughts?
Final thoughts is we need to trash this game. We need to throw it out, act like it didn't happen. Moving on to Buffalo, right? Where we're going to get slaughtered again.
If we lost 44-13 to Sam Darnold and company, good God. Yeah, Mike Canes won, so I'm half good today. Yeah, so you're a Hurricanes fan? Yeah, they won. I mean, hey, my Tigers are still undefeated, so I'll take that, I think we're number 4 now. I don't know why we bumped down 1, but, it's whatever. Miami beat up on USF, so they jumped ahead of us, but it's all right. As long as we make playoffs, I'm all good. But LSU, if you're hearing this, you have to win the championship this season. That's the only way I can go a whole year of the Saints probably not winning a single game, other than Week 18, of course. I need LSU to win a championship. That's the only way I can at least have a little bit of a smile on my face. I need LSU to win it all now. I'm throwing in the towel already. I don't care. I said this last week. I'm saying it this week. Last week, we lost to Mac Jones by 5 points. This week, we lost by 31 points to Sam freaking Darnold. You would have thought Sam Darnold is probably the best quarterback in the league from how he played today. We play the Bills next week, Dad. We lost 44-13 to the Seahawks. The Bills, they might drop 80 points on us.
You think?
If we're playing like this, they might break all the records. Every single record you can think of. The Bills are going to do that next week. Plus, they're at home. It's not going to be a fun day, Dad, to be a Saints fan next week. I'm still going to stream the game. I'm probably going to also cry. It's like, we're playing the Buffalo Bills, who have the reigning MVP on their team, Josh Allen, who I'm pretty sure is from a different planet. Is there a way where we can just forfeit and not even try? Because, like, the Saints, honestly, I think them just forfeiting the game is probably more effort than they will put up next week. We're not beating Buffalo, okay? And if there's anybody out there that thinks the Saints have a chance, then I just have I have 2 words to tell you. Wake up! Because it ain't happening. It ain't. Not with how we're playing. If we can't beat Kyler Murray and the Cardinals, if we can't even beat Mac Jones and friends in the 49ers, and if we can get blown out by Sam Darnold and the Seahawks, JSN, who was sick entering the game but decided to have his little flu game, I guess, how are we supposed to beat a fully healthy Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills? I'll give you a hint. You can't. You just got to roll over and die. You might score a couple field goals, maybe. The Saints are the only team I know that they could either win the game or lose by 50. No in between with this team. Like, they either barely win or they lose by 50.
Or maybe next week is the time that they win.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Playing the Bills. We got the Giants. Honestly, I don't even know if we're going to beat the Giants playing like this. Like, we might win 3 games, maybe. Because, like, I don't think our team is, like, even though we play like it today, I think there's probably a couple worse teams in the Saints right now. Maybe. I don't know. But it's like, what time is it? 7:14. So the Chiefs-Giants game is about to start. So if the Chiefs blow out the Giants, then maybe we could beat the Giants. I don't know. But I'm going to be rooting for the Giants to win. Because screw the Chiefs. But, you know, it is what it is. Could you imagine if the Chiefs start 0-3 and one of their losses is to the Giants?
Ooh, no. That'd be bad.
That would be funny. But anyways.
I'm going to go root for that right now, though.
Wait, what?
I said I'm going to go root for that right now, though.
Yeah. Bless you.
Thank you.
What is your final thoughts after losing by 31 points to the Seahawks?
Final thoughts is just like my brother said in the chat here. There'll be better days. There will be better days. It won't be this year. Maybe next year we'll have a good day.
Maybe. But I'm not asking the Saints to go 17-0. I'm not asking them to win every game by 50 points. I'm not asking them to win the Super Bowl every single year. But what I'm asking is them to show a little decency and be competent. Saints, we're calling your phone. It's time for you to answer. Anyways, so shout out to Eric Wallace and Atlanta Falcons Fandemic for popping in. Dad, where can they find you?
Find me on Mic'd Up Sports YouTube channel on the Hurricane Mike Show every week.
Yeah, you can also find me at Hurricane Mike, Kyle Phelps, and Keeping It Real Who That Sports Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, turn the bell on so you don't miss another upload. And I'm leaving you as always with a Who Dat. And especially since we have a Falcons fan in the chat, we're going to leave them with a don't be a what?
Don't be a Falcons fan. You might lose 30-0.
To the Panthers.
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young.